Hi, Ted Lasso fans. Welcome to Tori Talks with Dr. S. I'm Tori. This is Dr. S. We're going to be discussing episode 11 called Mom City, the penultimate episode of this season, possibly the series. We don't know. It's so ominous.
I feel like it is.
Yeah, but what are they doing? You were saying maybe, did you say a
spin-off?
spin-off? Yeah,
I mean, that's what people are talking about.
Maybe that's why it's not really.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like the penultimate episode. Like, if you think of other shows, you like, Game of Thrones would go all out for their penultimate episode. This didn't really feel like it for me. Did it for you?
It felt like it resolved things earlier than I thought.
Okay.
So probably so that next week we could have, like, the showdown. Right? Like the final match.
I do like it. I appreciate it when the finale episode is bigger than the penultimate episode because it seems like, just with that example, Game of Thrones made a bigger deal about the penultimate.
It's more wrap-up-y.
Yes.
The finale's more like loose ends or whatever.
Yes. Well, shall we talk about Mom City?
Yes.
Let's begin with Mama Lasso. And Ted's not loving that his mom is there.
No.
And it really made me understand the dynamic a little bit better, and he was very apprehensive. I was so bothered by him always being like, no, Mom, I want you to. No, I want you to. And I just thought that's so annoying that he has to say, she said, oh, I don't want to be, no, Mom, I want you to. And it just was like a kind of, it just made me feel sad for him. Yeah. Maybe that was how.
They don't communicate well to anyone, but especially to each other. Yeah. And you see now where he gets it. It was so sad to me.
It was all sad.
It was all very sad.
Yes, just how uncomfortable he was.
He's her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You hear the same little kooky sayings.
Yeah. And like bottling up the stuff. Like neither one of them can speak directly about stuff, or at least couldn't.
It was uncomfortable, And he brought her to work. And I'm so relieved and validated to know that other moms exaggerate stories about their children. Oh my gosh. She's like,
I totally thought of your mom with that too.
Doesn't she do that? Yes. But, you know, she's lovable and she's fun and the team is embracing her, and Beard, you know, I love
Dottie.
her. Yeah, I love all that, but Ted's just not loving it. So it made me feel really sad. But he had a major breakthrough at the end of this episode, just threw a lot of FUs out there to his mom.
So Ted doesn't really use the F word.
I mean, I've never seen him this way.
Everyone else does. Have we ever? Because I was actually thinking about that even before this episode.
Yeah.
I was like, because, you know, Roy all the time. Beard often.
Right.
But I was just thinking about this, like, does Ted ever curse?
Have we ever heard him
And then,
curse?
Boom. Yeah.
Rapid fire.
It was perfect.
Yes, it was. And she was pretty good about taking it,
because she knows. Yeah.
She knows. Yeah. F you for not talking about Dad dying. F you for making me feel like we just needed to move on and just be okay with it. And F you.
F you for not seeing a therapist and taking care of yourself. Like,
yes.
But I liked before that, even when she said, because he told her, I've been seeing a therapist. Yes. And she's like, so everything's my fault, right?
Ooh.
Because that's like the cliche, right? That the therapist is going to, you know, bring it back to your parents. But often it is.
Well, May made a good point at the bar. What was that quote from? That has to be
I don't know, but
something.
It was beautiful.
That was great.
It was beautiful. And it could just totally hit home. She's like, your parents give you all their issues and then some more. A little extra.
Yeah.
Sprinkles on top.
It was deep.
Is it true, though? Because I worry about this as a parent. Like, can you actively try not to do that? And can you be successful? Or do you wind up giving them other issues?
I think it's unavoidable. I think you can try your best.
You're going to give them some issues?
I think so. I don't know. I'm not a parent, but I just feel like I've seen the best parents in my eyes and all.
Giving them some.
And I've just seen, like, I don't feel like they could have done any better, and they still have issues, right?
Yeah. I mean, everyone has issues, right? No one's 100% mentally healthy.
No way.
Like, 100%. Your coping skills, you deal with everything that comes your way, no problem.
Nothing.
No, right? No. Like, you grieve appropriately.
No way.
You have appropriate levels of joy. No one, right?
Right.
So, I guess it's just like...
If you F up your kids, it's okay.
Okay.
They're still going to feel loved.
I still don't think they'll be effed up in the same way I was effed up. So. But,
you're going to always do better. You're going to always try to do better than how you had it, right? I don't know.
I sure hope so. But that was so good. You're right. May. I'm glad you mentioned that.
And then she said, try not to have kids. Try not to keep the pattern repeating. I'm like, that's what I'm doing, May. I'm trying to break the pattern.
He was like, I already have one, though.
Yeah. But then if you're in it, you're in it, and
Yeah.
just try your best. But I really do think it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have issues. All right. But very proud of Ted for that breakthrough moment. And then they kind of get over it and they're back. But I'm really sad that, because he talks about Dr. Sharon and we only saw her in that first episode. She must have had another gig acting role and she couldn't make it work scheduling wise.
Do you think that the reason why he was so taken aback by his mom showing up is because he's been talking about her in therapy?
Oh, I don't know.
So now it's like all of a sudden she's there. He's probably been talking about her, like working out his issues, and now she's there.
It just made me think, because there is so many communication failures, that was another communication. When are you going to tell me? You've been here a week? I mean, I think it's just all frustration because there is no communication.
Yeah. Good for him for seizing the moment and not letting it pass, though.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So good on
And good
him.
for her for telling her why.
She did good, too. She handled it really well.
Yeah, and why she was actually there, right?
Yep.
To tell her about Henry missing him.
And he misses him, too. And that was so sad. Well, that obviously hit home when he said that he doesn't want to get too close to him, and then he's going to leave.
Yeah.
Like his dad did.
And Mom did good advice at that moment.
Yes.
Yes.
You win some, you lose some, but mostly you just tie.
Yeah.
Brings it back to
good
game
one.
stuff.
I like that.
That was really good. Let's move on to Nate. And he's working at Taste of Athens. What did you think about that when you saw him waiting tables there?
I mean, I didn't really make too much of it. I thought he was just, he likes it there.
Kind of cute.
Jade's there.
He's going to excel at anything he does, right?
Yeah, he is.
He's going to be the
exceptional.
best dang waiter at Taste of Athens.
He is good, because he's a wonder kid.
He's a wonder kid. He gets a really special visit from some of the players, Isaac, Colin, and Will, and they want him back. And I think he really just wanted to hear that Ted wanted him back.
I thought it was a dream at first.
Oh, really?
I was very confused. I was like, can they just go there and offer him a job?
Oh.
But then once they explained that they were filling the water, I was just like, is this real or is this just Nate's fantasy?
I didn't even think about it.
I don't know why.
But he seemed really excited about it, but he really needed Ted to be the one.
I get it.
To ask him to come back.
Yeah,
well,
because he wants to feel forgiven, right?
Of course, yes. Beard is not okay with Nate coming back. But something really cool happens with Beard, right?
Yes. Oh
so
my gosh.
It takes Ted showing him an extended version of the video of Nate ripping down the balloon sign.
Ted is so genius when it comes to other people's emotions.
Always.
That's how people are, really, right?
Yeah.
So he just shows things.
Yeah.
He doesn't say what Beard should do at all. He does not give advice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He just shows.
And then that's all it took for Beard to go there. I mean, he was creepy about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just shows up. There's no fighting.
The little jump scares. Ted
love
Lasso has some good jump scares. Remember that
really
one when Roy was like with the text message at night?
Oh, yes.
That was so funny.
They're really good at that stuff. Well, he shows up and tells this heartwarming story of the beginnings of Beard and Ted and how they met, and that Ted, after Beard maybe made some bad decisions, Ted was there to welcome him with open arms, bring him in, help him. And, Beard even stole his car. And
he got second chances.
He got so many second chances.
More than one.
And to honor Ted, he says he will forgive Nate. It was beautiful and
hug.
so Beard.
Oh my gosh.
His head and he said, I'll see you at 10 a.m. So we have Nate the Great back.
Yes.
And better than ever.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
And Jade's part in it was great.
She's perfect.
She's just, and I love how many times he said, "Here, she's my girlfriend,"
and she's not gone, and she's not,
and then she'd be lurking somewhere later. It's like a little mastermind.
She is, because she got him fired from Athens, which I thought maybe he would be mad, and he just kind of accepted it because he knows that she cares about him, and it was for the greater good of Nate the Great,
for sure.
All right. Let's discuss Jamie.
Oh my gosh.
Phil Dunster does not get enough credit for this role.
He's getting more and more, though. He's got all the buzz lately.
More accolades,
people are
please.
Talking. Yes.
I get it. He's drop dead gorgeous. But can we put that aside? And also, I think some really, really good looking people don't get credit, right? But he can do comedic acting. Very original, too. He's so funny.
Yes.
And he's also very good with the serious stuff, obviously. But he's having a moment. He's feeling very humble. Mm-hmm. And Roy is not buying it. He takes him aside and says, what's going on? And when Phil Dunster breaks down.
The crying. Oh, my gosh.
But it was comedic.
Yes.
And he's grabbing Roy's face. And how did they get through that scene? I don't know.
It probably took a million takes.
Probably.
It was both comedic and so heartwarming.
Because he says he lost his wings.
Yes. oh, Red Bull gives you wings.
He's pushing the boulder.
He's literally citing a Red Bull commercial.
I mean, he's an
I love
athlete.
it.
But it's because his dad is always that little hater there, and that's what keeps him going, to prove his dad wrong.
It's some type of external motivation.
Yes.
And now he more has to just like dig deep and like do it for himself.
It's just got to be for himself
yeah,
now.
But it's been his
on.
whole life, and it's hard to undo stuff that has been like your whole life.
That does not happen
that trauma.
Overnight. Yeah. Roy asked Keely to help with this because we know that they have a pretty good relationship and that Jamie trusts her, right? So, and Roy says he's not good with that feeling stuff, right? So Keely is recruited. They follow him when he's back in Manchester because that is a lot of pressure to go back to your former team and knowing your dad's going to be there.
The whole city hates you, or the whole, crowd hates you.
Including your dad.
Yeah.
So we get to see him and his mom and their relationship, which was wow. I kind of did feel like Roy when he's staring at them. Because Jamie's laying in his mom's lap, like on the bosom.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Also, I wanted to ask you, maybe this is a thing in the UK. I don't know, but wouldn't you feel weird calling one of your sons sexy little baby?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it was it was weird.
I'm not trying to judge, but I think in America it might be a no-no, or might
it was a lot.
Taboo. I love your face. It was a lot.
I'm affectionate with my kids.
You have boys, right?
But now I don't have adult kids yet. I just don't know, though.
In some ways, it was really sweet and endearing, and in some ways, it creeped me out a little bit. Like, I really was Roy in that moment. Just kind of bothered by some of it.
It's so interesting because he has, on the one hand, such an affectionate, loving mom.
Yes.
And then his dad, such a jerk. Obviously, clear why they are no longer together.
Yes.
But,
so I don't want to take away from the fact that his mom is so sweet with him and such a great mom, so supportive. Yes, so that's great.
Yeah.
Just some boundaries seem to be crossed, in my opinion. But if that's a common phrase to say to your child in the UK or wherever, then fine. I'm sorry. But anyway, I am happy. That made me happy for him that he has someone that he can go to.
Yes.
Okay, one of the funniest.
Because one parent, good, and helps.
Maybe it bounces.
It helps.
But yeah. So funny when we get to see his bedroom and there's Roy Kent.
That was beautiful.
On the wall.
That was great.
But not only Roy Kent. Yeah. Keely Jones is also on the wall.
But Roy's hair.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, she's so funny. What are we going to do with Keely and Roy? So they're just friends?
So last week, though, when he came out with the little robe on.
They got it on.
They had to, right?
Yes.
So just a fling or something? But no.
Maybe they're just working their way back.
It got interrupted, so they had a to conversation. So are we going to get some clarity on that next episode?
Or why they're doing this?
Or are they just leaving it ambiguous?
Why though? What's the point?
Like, are they just not going to do any closure on relationships like Sam and Rebecca? They exchanged that little glance. That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just not about that. Okay. Maybe they want us to continue the conversation after the show's over.
Maybe Keely's being really careful with her heart. Maybe that really hurt her, and she's got to ease her way back in. She's just dipping her toe in right now.
Well, she didn't even get to answer, right?
It's true. When he said, I don't want to be just friends.
Yes, and then Jamie came in, so...
Jamie.
To be continued, maybe?
To be continued. Well... Continuing on with Jamie, so he goes back to Manchester City. He's getting all the hate. He can't find his dad. His dad is not in the stands.
Which is even scarier because then you're like, any second he's going to come at you.
Yeah. Yes. And then he gets injured. Ted pushes him back in the game.
I was kind of mad at Ted.
Okay, yeah.
It's like, what's that about? Is that what people do?
I felt the same way. I didn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't still understand it, but...
Because what if it was serious?
Yeah,
and then Roy was like, I've played injured a million times. And Beard was like,
Beard
you can't walk upstairs.
Yeah, Beard... Yeah, but you can't walk upstairs. Yeah. Beard wasn't for it either. Yeah. I'm still kind of questioning that moment. Yeah. Whatever. It turns out Jamie gets to be the little hero of the game. But not to take away from Van Damme and his mask.
Dang, he was good. Gave him
superpowers.
See how many goals he blocked?
MVP.
Oh, wow.
Course, of the game. But
it's a big area to cover.
Yes. Even if he's a big guy.
A lot.
That mask is all he needed. The weird-looking mask. But Jamie does get kind of a nice standing O from his former team and fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And, of course, they win the game. They're nailing it. They got one more game to go. Mm-hmm. So awesome. We finally get to see them win. But where is Jamie's dad?
So where
He's in a facility of some sort.
Right?
I did see on the wall a little thing said something about progression, so I'm thinking rehab.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it in the UK? Rehabilitation hospital. And he looked proud of him.
Yeah. Like he's been working on his maybe he's sober.
He's sober.
Now, and he's been talking. Wouldn't that be nice?
That was really sweet.
Yeah.
But then Jamie goes and texts him and says, I hope you're okay. It's his dad after all.
Yeah.
Right? It is his dad after all. And then we have Keely and Roy, who are the surrogate mom and dad of Jamie. They come in and they celebrate with him while he's healing. So good things happening there. Is that going to be like a throuple or something? No. They're all so
just friends.
cute. They're
Maybe
so cute.
There's, yes.
I
don't know. I still think that Keely and Roy are going to be more relationship.
They have to.
You have to.
They have to.
It is. Maybe they won't make it so like specific, but I feel like they'll be dating at least.
Yes, indeed. I don't understand. Okay, I understand. Bex shows up at Rebecca's door with the assistant and said they need some advice.
Like they're gonna do some type of like sexual harassment suit type thing.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I just kind of thought it was such a little blip in the episode. There must be more coming.
I feel like the last episode, right, is going to be the final match, of course.
Yes.
And then Rupert dealing with him. So, because that's the assistant, right?
Yeah.
And he was doing something with her, and all of a sudden he had a new assistant. Yeah. So did he like fire her because she?
Because you could totally sue, right?
Yeah. So I don't know, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
Something going on.
I guess it's necessary for sure, but we got very little, so there must be more to come with that.
I guess Rupert's going to get a consequence.
Oh my God. Is he really finally? For once?
I feel like, why would they come to her?
Yeah,
right? I don't know.
All right, this is the big moment. The very, very last scene. Rebecca, it's that time of year where she goes and reveals something, but she has nothing. She has no truth bombs to give to Ted. But Ted has one. And I think it's very obvious. He's done after this season. He's going back.
He's going to go
be with Henry.
Yes.
Don't you think that's the truth bomb?
Yeah, he has to.
Yeah, it's not going to be like a...
Yeah, he's distanced himself from him. Emotionally and physically, so he's got to go back.
He has to go back to Henry, for sure. So I think it's just after this season ends, I'm going home to the States. Yeah. But that seems like a good ending for Ted Lasso, right? For the series.
I think so.
It has to be. That's
what else could it be, enough. Right? Yeah. It's fine. I was okay with it. Like, I loved this episode. I had there was like lots of feelings for me.
A lot of ups and downs.
Lots of crying. Yeah. That was good. It was good. Like, I love the parent stuff. Like, working out stuff with your parents.
I bet.
I'm a sucker for that stuff.
Yeah, of course. Well, we only have one more episode to talk about, and I'm not ready for it.
No.
But it's going to happen, and it's going to happen soon, and we're not going to be late with this one.
No.
Not as late. But again, thank you for your comments. Thank you for your takes. I think that everybody's been really sweet and had a lot of good things to say. But we, of course, would love you to comment still down below. And then also like and subscribe. And we will see you for the finale of Ted Lasso. See you then. Bye-bye.